Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this Etheria restart video. So in this Etheria restart video, we're going to talk about the auto-friendly Nico Nana farming team for the Nico Nana Inferno stages. So this team actually took quite a bit to optimize, but in today's video, we're going to run through the caveats for the optimization as well as how to make your team as auto-friendly as possible. So for today's team itself, you can obviously run it on manual if you don't have some of the units, because this is the Shadow Sania damage overtime team right here. Okay, so I actually wasted one energy there, but it's okay. Moving back to the team itself. Okay, first of all, we have Shadow Sania as well as Fungus. So these two, they are currently the DOT cores. So for this build itself, let's talk about the manual side. So for the manual side, you just need Shadow Sania and Fungus with two other supports, one being the speed control guy, either a Marvel or a Chucky the Echo, or maybe a Mio, for example, right? So this will give you more turns to drop your DOT and then burst the boss down with your Sania's ultimate. So on manual, this team is also pretty friendly. It's like less than 1 minute depending on the luck on the DOT. Once you stack up to about 20 plus over stacks of DOT onto the boss, one Shadow Sania ultimate and the boss go boom. So that's for the manual side. Okay, but for the auto side, if you want to do auto consistently like what I did earlier, like a 90 plus close to 100% win rate, then number one, you either need a ton of stats like 6 stars on all your units, or you will need Lily as well as immunity support unit. So Linglo right here I think is perfect because Linglo has a little bit of heal just to heal your units up a little bit, enough to prevent the boss from sniping your units at times, and then giving the immunity will protect the units from the stun that the boss will do. Right, so these two units, I think one of them has a stun when they attack. So if the stun falls on either your Lily or your Shadow Sania, that could actually screw up your combo because it could slow down your DOT build. So in an auto setting, Sania's ultimate is very hard to control. So what will happen is Sania will go through the second skill followed by the ultimate, and then both the skills will go on cooldown. So this is where she will rely on her normal attack. And for your Shadow Sania, you will definitely need 511 for her, because the 511 gives you that ability to extend the DOT by one more turn. So she's able to do 2 stacks of DOT, and this will give you that additional stack that gives you 4 stack in total. So this stack over time will wither the boss down eventually from just the boss taking their own turn. So you also want your Shadow Sania to be the highest attack, such that when paired with Lily right here, you'll always be the twin trick beneficiary. So this twin trick beneficiary is quite important because you want your Shadow Sania to be the one to attack the boss when your Lily uses hat trick. So this will be beneficial if you do it to level 5 because you get 100% assist. So when Lily attack, Shadow Sania attack, you get 4 stack. Shadow Sania attack, you get another 4 stack. So that's like 8 stacks of damage over time, which equates to 8 times 4, 32% over a few turns, right? So this adding up with all the Fungus follow-up attack potentially, as well as all the damage over time from Fungus DOT ultimate, from the DOT extension from Sania's second skill itself, gives you enough tick damage to bring the boss down eventually on auto. So that's the idea of an auto team. So I'll showcase a manual run first, and then we'll talk about the auto side later. We'll showcase the auto side. So for this one, we'll still use this, but let's say if you do have Lily, like I mentioned earlier, Chucky as well as the violin version of Chucky, as well as Marvel is also okay. Marvel is actually not bad because of the effect resist down, which can increase the DOT stacking of your Fungus as well as Shadow Sania. So that will be the general idea for a DOT team against this boss. But let's showcase the manual run, the usual combo. So for this one, you want to use your buff, and then your Shadow Sania wants to use the first skill to get 4 stacks right here, as you guys can see. So if you're lucky, you get a Fungus follow-up, you get 1 DOT, that's like 5 stacks already, and then use your ultimate. So with a fast enough, I'll say with a high enough effect accuracy, you'll get like a few stacks already. And then right here, we get the ultimate for the immunity protection. So this will help dispel the stun as well. So Lily normal attack right here. So you can see another 4 stack. Okay, so right here, since there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different DOTs, this will give me an additional 5 more stack with the second skill. So it's better to use this. So if you do it on manual, the goal is to just get up to 24 stacks of DOT, and then you would be able to burst the boss down. So 23, 24 stacks in most cases. Okay. So normal attack once again. Okay, so right now, if you count the stacks and you have like 9, and then right here you have 10, so that's 20 stacks. 20 stacks times 4 is still not enough, but I think we can just let the boss wither down right here. Okay, normal attack. So this is more than enough. Like the boss damage will, I mean the boss will just eventually tick down to DOT on the boss turn. Okay, and then right here we can just leave the boss to tick down on his turn, but usually if you have sufficient damage after calculating all the DOT, you ultimate with your Sania's ultimate so that you can clear it within 1 minute. You move on to the next run. Okay, but I got a little bit too tired to manual myself, so I went to study my own account and see how I can fine-tune my units to actually perform the continuous battle on its own. So right here, this is the final results. Okay, we're gonna run through the stat first. So Fungus, I equipped Fungus with Alicon because my Alicon has this insight ability which greatly increases effect accuracy at the start. So the first ultimate has a very high chance to just get 2 stacks off. And more importantly, I'll want this dispel of Alicon to actually dispel the stuns when it happens onto my Fungus. So another shell you can use is our dear Artisan over here. So Alicon and Artisan, they are like 2 really amazing defensive shells. So I've seen a lot of people run like 4 Artisan and then the Artisan just shielding each other. So it's a possible build. So the idea of Artisan or your Alicon shell is just to keep your units alive. And in this case, I went with Alicon because I want to dispel so that my Fungus can consistently normal attack or follow-up attack so that we can stack in the DOT through normal attacks for this auto run. So that's for this build over here. So that's for Alicon, my Fungus, the stat numbers. And then my Lily, this is not speed tune. It's just like enough survival for Lily to take hits and then enough speed to run through and then normal attack. So that's the idea of Lily. And then Shadow Sania right here with effect accuracy as well as the highest attack, speed being the lowest or the second lowest in the team, because for my Linglo, I think my Linglo is slower. Yeah, my Linglo is a little bit slower because I want all the units to run through their skill first and then Linglo casts the AoE heal to give the immunity to the whole team. So that's that. And one more thing to note, effect accuracy for both your DOT unit, ideally you want to get at least close to 150 so that you can consistently get the DOT onto the boss right here. So for me it's 160, but my Alicon has this insight ability, so we are able to hit DOT pretty consistently. So let's start the battle. Okay, so this is how the fight looks like. Second skill is always going to be the first skill that your Shadow Sania casts. It's kind of unfortunate how the AI work, but it is what it is. So right here, right, we cast the skill, we get the immunity so our units don't get stunned, but our Shadow Sania didn't get unstunned right here, didn't get the dispel off. So this is a little bit unfortunate, but with enough sustain in the team over here, we are able to just last the battle so long that our Shadow Sania as well as Fungus normal attack just kills the boss without Shadow Sania's ultimate. Okay, so she took a lot of damage here, but it's fine because we have Artisan to actually shield her later on. So this is the Lily plus Shadow Sania combo. So when Lily normal attack, Shadow Sania hit, that's 4 stack for you, as you guys can see. So another okay, so this is no normal attack buff, but right here this is the ultimate combo. So she got delayed, but with enough stacks we burst the boss down. So this will be the ideal DOT, and then ultimate. But in most cases it's actually second skill, ultimate, DOT, then the boss burn down to the DOT itself. So that's the general idea of this team. Okay, so Linglo right here gets stunned. I'll try to let the battle run a few times to see the different potential outcome. So what if Lily gets stunned, right? What if Shadow Sania gets stunned? So this is how the different units come together to complement the what ifs so that you reduce the chance of mistake and auto successfully. So right here, Fungus is dead. It's fine, okay. So we get an ultimate off, immunity. We still have Shadow Sania for all the different normal attacks and stuff. So we do the extension, get stunned once again, unfortunately. So this is actually the worst case scenario when a lot of my units get stunned. This is really, really bad. So what you want ideally in another situation is to maybe put Alicon onto Shadow Sania right here. So this Shadow Sania getting stunned actually slowed down my DOT, as you guys can see, which is super duper annoying because like missing those DOTs can be quite game changing because without DOT you can't bring down the boss. But I think with enough stacks here, GG. Okay, so in this case, it is me just surviving and then just jamming through with normal attacks. So that's why Lily is important, because Lily is basically 4 stacks of DOT with Shadow Sania. So that's why it's hard for this build to work without Lily. For those of you guys who are like, oh no, this guy is showing Lily once again. Yeah, for the auto side, you will need Lily. But for the manual side, you can make do with Marvel as well as Chiaki in the event your Lily luck is not that good. Okay, so that's for the auto side. One more run and then we will end the video there. So right here, second skill, ultimate, and then we just like let the skills go on CD. So Shadow Sania will just be normal attacking right here. Okay. Oh, okay, she got the twin trick ability from our Lily over here, but it's fine. So all the units are very low. So the worst target to be stunned is actually Shadow Sania here, to be really honest. Yeah, because like Shadow Sania being stunned means that you will miss on your normal attack and your that stun for your Shadow Sania. I mean the normal attack and the DOT stacks. Okay, so Fungus normal attacking. We have about 10 stacks. Okay. This is actually really unfortunate. So this is one of the worst runs that we will get. So this is the really bad possibility where your Shadow Sania keeps on getting stunned. So this is I'll say the showcase where you need the immunity to protect your allies in the event they get chain stunned in this situation. So you need enough sustain, enough immunity protection, or enough like stun protection to run through this run 100% safely. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do remember to like and subscribe to see more. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.